I support the free software movement over that of the quote open source unquote one, and in this speech I will explain quickly why that is. What is the difference between the free software movement and the quote open source unquote one. Put simply, the reason the quote open source unquote movement wants you to use their software is because it's better. It may be more faster to run, the software might be more efficient, it could be easier to use, it could be more powerful in some ways, it has more features, it may even be more secure, it may even respect your privacy more. But whatever the reason, it's because it is better. It's not because there is any underlying moral or ethical reasons for you to use the software. It's not about your rights that you deserve. It's not about respecting the freedom and solidarity of your community. No. The reason the quote open source unquote people want you to use their software is because it is supposedly better. Better in any ways, but still because it is better. Whereas the free software movement wants you to use the software because proprietary software denies the user their freedom, whereas free Libre software respects the user's freedom. It's about you, the user, having the right to use the software for your purposes and helping your community. With the free software movement, it gives you moral and ethical reasons to use the software. So the free software movement is not as much concerned with the software being better than proprietary software, other than respecting the user's freedom. Even if a free Libre software was practically inferior as compared to a proprietary software, the free software movement still gives you a reason to use it. It is because of the underlying moral and ethical reasons. It is about rights. The free software movement seeks to eliminate all proprietary software. This does not necessarily mean that all the software that is proprietary has to be erased. Liberating it is, of course, the preferred option. But the ultimate end goal of the free software movement being the fact that all software ought to be free, Libre. It should respect the user's freedom. The user should be able to do all of their computing in freedom and never encounter anything proprietary. That is the ultimate end goal of the free software movement. You can basically to a large extent spot whether a person supports the free software movement or the quote open source unquote one by simply looking at what they say. Do they talk about the moral, philosophical, ethical reasons to use the software, or do they focus on the practical issues? If they focus on the practical issues and they never talk about the philosophical and ethical reasons to use the software, then that person does not support the free software movement. What they support is the quote open source unquote one. And the two are incompatible, as I have explained in other speeches. I'm not going to go into that in any more detail in this speech. I encourage you to speak for the free software movement. If you care about the issues the free software movement brings up, the issues regarding the people's rights in the cyberspace, just like how people have rights outside of the computer, in the use of the computers, people should also have rights there. It is a matter of people's rights, it is a matter of ethics, and to only talk about the practical issues is missing the whole point of the free software movement. The free software movement is not about practical reasons to use the free Libre software. It is about the philosophical reasons. If you happen to agree with the free software movement, then I do highly encourage you to talk about the free software movement. Refer to the software as free software or Libre software, or as I like calling it, free Libre software. Make sure that people know that you are supporting the free Libre movement, because by supporting the wrong movement, as in the quote open source unquote one, then you're not supporting the correct ideals. The quote open source unquote movement does not seek to eliminate proprietary software. It is not their goal. The free software movement wants a world where all the computer users can use software in freedom. They can use their computers in freedom. Join the free software movement. Talk about free Libre software. And that's that for this speech. Thanks for listening. Until next time. Bye.